What's up, you guys? It's your boy Eddie Maxling back in there for another video. In today's video, we have a 2026 Yamaha R3 in the Dyno Lab here at ASAP Moto, 111 East Elizabeth Ave, Linden, New Jersey. You already know. We already got a baseline pull on this bike, 34.75 horsepower and right under 19 foot-pounds of torque. Pretty simple bike, 2 cylinders, as you know. Not a whole lot of power. The motor has been the same since 2015, I believe, over 10 years, which is common for Yamaha to do. One thing Yamaha does do is they change their fairing design every like 3 or 4 years. So that kind of keeps the bike sail momentum going. When you refresh the fairings and you start tweaking the ECUs a little bit, you start getting a little bit more interest every couple years on the same motor bike. We take a look here at the ECU. This is a much bigger ECU than we're used to seeing. This is actually the same plug that the R7s use. Because it's bigger, there is a little bit more, I guess you can call it, features or technology built into the bike. Now, if we go into the Woolwich software here, we're going to go into advanced settings, and here right from the jump we can see that we can disable the O2 sensor and disable fuel cut. Okay, none of the other year bikes, at least here in the US, have these two features. All they have is this ECU mode and fan temperature settings. So I already went ahead and lowered the fan temps. I disabled all of this because we don't want fuel cut and we don't want the O2 sensors doing what the ECU wants it to do. Reason being is because of the AFR is usually extremely lean or very close to stoic, which is good for emissions, but it is not good for power. All right, 14.7, 14.8 is usually what these things run stock, and it kind of stays and hovers around that AFR level. But what we want is something closer to the lower 13s or maybe mid 13s to produce power, depending on what part of the rev range you are in. Also, already installed the full Akrapovic exhaust system. Let's take a look at that. This is a stainless steel, true genuine Akrapovic with the carbon fiber tip. Here we go. Very nice. Nice swells, nice bends. As you can see, it goes all the way up to the top. Now, we're going to be seeing what this bike does on the dyno after our custom ECU ignition mapping. There is no ETV maps in this ECU. I'm not sure why, but maybe it's already fully opened from factory, or there are no restrictions at all, or maybe because the ECU is still too simple. But good thing is we can modify everything else. So we're going to be doing a pull on the bike with just the Akrapovic installed, nothing else, just to compare apples to apples to see what you'll be getting if you were to just install this full system yourself and see what kind of numbers or gains you'll be getting. So let's do that right now. Are the results. All right, as you can see, we gained right around like 3 1/4, maybe almost 4 horsepower and about 2 foot-pounds of torque, or 1.5. Now let's compare the AFRs here, and this is why we dyno tune bikes. Now we have a blue line that is much straighter and closer to about low 13s. And that's why we're able to get this increased throttle response through the entire rev range. Now, I'm going to delete the green one so we have less lines in the way. Close selected. And we're going to move the AFR down because we know that's a straight line. Now, Let's take a look at the gains. So from the low end, we gained almost 2 horsepower at the very, very low at about 5,000 RPM. And then here there's a gap of 2.5 horsepower. And then it keeps increasing, guys. Here's another 2.5. Here's another 2. And then there's a breakaway here at around 10.5 or so. There's about a 3 horsepower gain, then a 4. Yeah, right. A 4.25, I think, is the biggest difference here. 4.25. Is this 5? 5 horsepower is the biggest delta in the entire rev range or at the top end here. So keep in mind that this is SAE. You already know SAE is for accurate results, repeatable and honest results. This is not mumbo jumbo. Let me make the room temp very hot to read higher numbers, or sometimes even over crank horsepower. Crank horsepower on this bike is about 42 or so. And when you have a drivetrain loss, which is from the motor to the crank to the sprocket, to the chain, to the rear sprocket, to the bearings, to the tire, to the road, you get about 10%. Usually the rule of thumb is about 10% horsepower loss. Our goal as a tuner is to bring that drivetrain loss to a minimized number or a minimized loss. From factory, as you saw, is 34. We gained ourselves about 5 horsepower. So 5 horsepower nominally, number-wise, not a lot. 5 horsepower is nothing. However, 5 horsepower on this bike, that makes a difference. We're talking about over 10%. Or what is that? We're 35 and you gain 5. We're at like 15% power gain. This is 225. So we're talking 8 to 15% everywhere. Customer is 100% going to feel the difference, especially after the exhaust. Not only is going to hear the increased exhaust note, or the better exhaust note, he's going to hear a few little pops here and there. Just for the video, just for you guys, I'm going to do it real quick and then I'll turn it off. Alright guys, we are back. We did one more modification to this bike. Customer brung me a K&N air filter last minute. So we popped it in, we tuned it. We did gain just a little bit more horsepower. So let's check it out here. Let's see, stock was 34 and we ended up with 38.6 with the air filter and 20.5 foot-pounds of torque. We gained just about 3/4 foot-pound of torque and a little bit more than half a horsepower. However, if you notice in the mid-range, we did gain quite a bit. So again, nominally, we're talking 1 to 3 horsepower difference. But when you're talking about the delta and the percentage changes made on this bike, it is a big difference, guys. So check it out. As you can see, we extended the red line just a little bit more with the air filter. And we did manage to squeeze out about another half a horsepower. But here in the mid-range, we got another, a little bit more than 1 horsepower. Right here between, I'd say, between 7 to about 10,000 RPM. Right in the middle, you'll see the difference between the blue and the green here. Red would be stock baseline. Blue is with no air filter. And green is with an air filter. These air filters do make a difference. Stock air filters do run great, but just that little bit extra airflow allows us to add a little bit more fuel, which allows us to make a little bit more horsepower and torque. So there you have it, guys. 2026 Yamaha R3. That's it for today's video. Send in your ECUs to ASAP Moto. I'll flash it, send it right back same day, or bring your bike in for a custom tune. 111 East Elizabeth Ave, Linden, New Jersey, 07036. I'll see you in the next video.